So,
We request you. So now there are some innovative startup being curated by Neha and team. So we would love to kind of, you can ask them question how relevant they are in the current era and in the context of real estate. So I think it's like a judging panel. You kind of you can ask them what are the questions we can
yeah.
ask. So
So
these
the
will be
first one I have with me is Talion.
sure.
Uh,
Talion,
can't share content.
yeah, Pratik.
Yeah, hi. I'm here, but I can't share my content.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am online. I have joined the Zoom link, but I don't know how to
Hi,
share my screen
hi
because
panelists.
I don't
I'm
see my
Pratik Jain
screen
from
over here.
Stallions. Actually, I'm trying to share my content over here, but it's not. You'll have to
Mihir,
make
can
me the
you help?
host to share the content.
I am getting the
I'll
response
just
and it
ask
is that
Mihir to help you out
Yes,
on
yes.
this.
Sure.
I'm just checking that.
In the meantime,
Just give me
Sure,
1 second.
yeah.
sure.
In the meantime, I would like to
I
say
should
that
continue. Yes.
the discussion held by the panelists was amazing, and I think we all over here understand that the biggest challenge
Okay.
right now is deriving sales.
Right.
And if we say sales is the lifeline of real estate, I would
Okay.
say
Great.
marketing is the heartbeat. And I think most of y'all was speaking about, where the developers, the first thing where they trim the budgets is on marketing. I think that's not something that should be the way forward. So I'll just share quickly how we can help you to manage all of that in a very nice and a streamlined fashion. Just give me a moment.
Pratik, you can try now. You'll
Yeah,
be able
I
to
can
try.
do that. Yeah. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Okay, guys. So can you see my screen? All right.
Yes, we can.
Sure. So, as Stallions, we are involved in marketing, nurturing, sales, and analytics. I'll take it forward from here. As I said, we are all worried about how the sales are going to be impacted during and post COVID, but marketing cannot be trimmed. So, the challenges for a real estate developer today are to get maximum inquiries of interested customers in minimum spends, to give these customers the right project knowledge and define a good customer journey, exactly what Vyoma said, and to make sure that maximum customers get the project visits and convert them to sales. And obviously keep a track of all of this through basic analytics so you know exactly which marketing channel is work for you the best. Well, I think each one of us and every developer over here knows who is his target audience. Where do they stay? What do they do? How much do they earn? What is their behavior? And all these things, right? So it's extremely easy for us to target these target audience through digital means. Get the best mix of digital world and spend your budgets wisely digitally rather than cutting the digital, cutting the spends on marketing. From here, like you rightly said earlier, also nurturing is very important, and nurturing is something that I think most of us don't speak about. What we give you an opportunity is that you can reach out to your customer in less than a minute of their inquiry through chatbots driven on WhatsApp. Not just that, we also run drip marketing campaigns and hammer these leads through SMS, email, and WhatsApp. So basically, now a client can get all the information, like you can see on the screen, whether it's pictures, whether it's location, whether it's amenities, radar number, guided virtual tour, everything just on WhatsApp. We also provide you telephony support because it's very important to have a human interaction. So our trained telecallers provide the right information to your customer in record time and make sure that they qualify these customers to visit your project virtually. Yes, virtually, because that's the new normal and that's how it's going to be here from. Virtual tours are not just a basic walkthrough. What we are providing is show your complete project to your customer on the phone call through a guided virtual tour. By a guided virtual tour, I mean your salesperson or our salesperson can manage what your customer is seeing and exactly explain him every corner of your project while he's not even come to the site. So basically, you get more customers who see your project, and in turn, every visit that comes to your site after seeing a virtual visit is as good as a revisit. Well, lastly, I would like to say analytics makes play a very important role. You and your CMOs, your higher or your marketing heads need to have the big data in front of you to see whether which particular marketing campaign has worked better, what were the virtual visits given, what was the outcome of each visit, and how many calls were made per day. Because right now everybody is working from their homes and they're not sitting in front of you in your office. So you need to know what is the performance of your team and how that has worked. And this is what we provide you by daily analytics at the end of the day on your phone. So basically, we provide you an all-in-one solution from sales, from marketing to sales, starting from marketing automation, lead capture, chatbots, telephony, guided virtual tours, workflow automations, and dashboards and reports.
So, any of the
Just to let
panel
you know,
member, just quickly, I think we're running out of time. So,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
quickly, I think I'll have panel to any questions you have on this. Quickly, if you can kind of come in.
I think I will ask Pratik to get in touch with us maybe after this discussion.
Sure. So
Sure.
that.
That would be great. That would be great. Thank you so much.
So, anyone just have any questions in terms of for panel? Anyone want to
So
ask?
you
Yeah,
just
or else
provide the
if
platform.
anyone would like to, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, would you just provide the platform or also the people to support it? Because you also said that on the telephony you have agents to pick up.
Yes, sir, exactly. So that's how we do it. So we not just provide you a platform, we run the whole operations for you too. It's an option that you have whether you would like to engage your team or you would like to engage our team. But we always have an option to engage our team and make sure that the whole process is being done clearly.
Sure. Any other question? One last question we can take up, and then we can move to the next startup.
All right.
Great. And quickly, anybody wants to get connected to Stylon, reach out to us. We will be able to schedule a longer demo call and give more brief about Stylon. So now we have Santosh from
Thank you
Smatbot.
so much.
Thank you, Pratik.
Hi guys, I think let me remove my actual background. Yes.
Santosh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. Uh, Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, please.
Yeah, great. Hi, I'm Santosh Tota. I'm the founder and CEO of this company called Smartbot. So we are from Hyderabad. It's a 5 years old company. So we are specialized in chatbot building. Platform where anybody without any coding also can create a bot by themselves. So as Gartner's in the recent article that they've mentioned, highlighted that people are now the CIOs are post-COVID are focusing on the self-serving tools and techniques. So especially the chatbots kind of a technologies will be more adapted. So that emphasized this is the need of the hour, right? So this is the one we've made it for self-assessment bot based on the symptoms. It can tell you what is the severity of your disease. So if you look at what use cases you can easily crack using chatbot is typically the lead generation across your different channels. It could be a website or WhatsApp or Messenger, right? And of course, to answer them frequently asked questions and booking appointments to your site visits and collect feedback regularly or surveys, right? Those kind of use cases that you can think in the real estate sector. And if you look at the challenges right now for making chatbots is definitely since you are not into the core technology as a business, so you always have outsource it and you have to kind of manage it and maybe buy it as a project. So we built this as a complete SaaS platform where you can just subscribe for a monthly or 6 months or yearly plan, and it's a self-serving platform where you can even today go start free, and then you can set up with simple drag and drops. And some of the key features are it could be a simple menu driven bot or it could be AI driven bot, so the way you want. And it's omni-channel, it supports all the different platforms, and of course it supports multilingual 50 plus different languages as well. And it has a lot of integration, so it can directly fit into your existing workflow. It could be integrating with your CRMs and so on and so forth. And if you look at, the flow builder, so this is how you simply drag and drop and create a view of the bot with the three simple steps. You can create a bot. So this is the first step. So you just take the color themes, avatar, etc. with simple clicks, again without any coding. And second step is a flow setup. You see the left side panels, all the kind of questions that you want to ask, and drag and drop to the right side panel and create a flow. And it could be in a multilingual as well. And last step is installation. So for a website, all you have to do is just copy paste this code onto your header tag of your website. That's it. The bot will be up and live. Similarly, you can install it on Messenger or mobile app or even on a WhatsApp. So I mean, for facts, I mean, different AI techniques that we can use to integrate with the smart bot, and we can integrate AI plus menu driven bot as well. And majorly when it comes to WhatsApp, so you can think of these use cases again, in terms of the customer support, answering some facts, showcasing your products and services, and majorly the product information, etc., and booking the site visits as well, right? So these are the few of the examples that you can see, right? So
Yeah. Santosh,
for the
we'll
what? Yeah,
quickly move on to the questions, I think.
sure, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I mostly I have. Yeah.
Any questions for Smartbot?
Cool. So yeah, you can go to smartbot.com and then do explore and do let us know if you have any questions, and happy to answer later as well.
So,
Sure.
so
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's here? Pawan, any questions?
No, I think this is fine. So basically, I think chatbot has become really one of the very important part of the the funnel conversion. So I believe solutions like this comes very handy, and I believe that when somebody the people are digitizing currently, and from the discovery till the transaction, I think this can become really one of the interesting tools for people, for the builders, developers to look at, and it's super easy, like as
Absolutely.
Santosh mentioned. Cool. So we'll move on to next.
The last one, GMetri.
Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Sahil here, the CTO of GMetri. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, but Sahil, we cannot see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, depending on which time zone you are on. I'm just going to start sharing my screen quickly. Yeah, so quickly jumping on, GMetri is the world's simplest toolkit to build powerful, immersive, and virtual reality experiences. These experiences run anywhere and everywhere, including your PC, laptop, mobile phones, you name it, it runs there. At the same time, for each of these experiences, we provide best-in-class analytics that allow you to track exactly what it is that people are doing within these experiences. Now, we are living in a time when mobility comes at a premium, but at the same time, it is extremely important that our customer experience does not get hampered because of this. Now, GMetri helps you do this in two ways. One, by helping you train your sales team using remote training immersive experiences that you can simply send to your sales team, and they can view this uh, in the comfort of their homes. And two, by helping you create immersive walkthroughs that you can send to your customers. So I'm going to take you through each of these different verticals over live examples that our customers are using right now. For example, if you can see my screen, this is an immersive experience where we are training a sales rep trying to sell something to the customer. And here are the different options that she can follow interactively. If you select any of this, you will see real time what happens whenever that option is selected. Now, we all know that the best way to learn something is by making mistakes. And these immersive experiences allow you to make those mistakes and go down the decision tree. So at the end of the day, we built it like a decision tree where the user can select a lot of different options. And at the end of the day, you get a total score through which you can measure your own experience, your own performance. Here we have a immersive walkthrough where you have in a project multiple towers where you have a lot of flats to sell. You can look around. The customer can choose which tower he is more interested in. Once he chooses a tower, he goes into a space like this where he can choose which unit he is interested in. Now, let's say he's interested in this particular unit. We take you inside this unit. You can roam around, you can go to the various rooms. Now, the best part of these experiences are we are tracking every single thing that happens in these experiences. We track how much time a user spent in what unit he was interested in, what did he look at most of the time, right? And through all of this information, we generate a dashboard that you can look at and use before contacting that customer again, because now you already have the information of what this customer is really interested in. So this was the walkthrough vertical. We also create a lot of retail experiences. Now, keep in mind, all of these experiences were created in the same platform. So all of these features are mixable. So if there's something you like in a retail experience that you want to plug into a walkthrough, that is very easily doable. For here, th- this is something that is live in the Big Basket app. You can view it on the app right now. You can through this we transport a user into an actual live mall. He can look around, and if you are interested in something, you can click on it. You can also click on the 3D model and see exactly how this uh, item looks, and then you can simply add it to your cart. Now all of these features are simply a feature of the platform itself. Here is another fruits and veggie store that is
So,
live on the Big Basket
Sahil,
app
I
right
think
now.
real estate example that will be, I think, very relevant for the panel. So there, if you can see how they can leverage. So I think everybody is talking about virtual reality and virtual tools. So I believe
Yeah,
that these particular solution comes very handy. So there, if you
yeah,
can also talk about what kind of insights. See, usually a lot of 3D solutions are there. People are not able to get insights. How much time
true,
my customers paid there? How much time users spend on these virtual tools? So I'll just quickly ask if you can tell what are the capabilities you have in terms of the dashboard. What are
true.
the insights my panel can get if they use such a thing? Yeah.
True. That was a very, very relevant insight, Pavan, and that is exactly the point that I was about to jump to. So here, what do we do after creating these experiences? Now, this is a dashboard that is being used real time by a customer of ours, and you can see the number of views that the people have generated, at what time they visited these experiences, and you also get to see a map of who these customers were when they visited your experience. And we also have very detailed analytics. We track every single thing that happens within these experiences, so you get to know what were the various things that this person was interested in. Is he and You can capture various inputs from the user, like their names, like their phone numbers, and API calls, etc., are all a de facto part of the system itself. So all of that goes without saying.
True.
Integration into existing systems can happen. Now, essentially, we all know that whenever you place someone in an immersive experience, you get their undivided attention for a long period of time. What we help you at GMetri do is convert that undivided attention into actual sales. So yeah, I think
So
that's it
I'll
from
open the
me.
panel
Open for
now.
questions.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sahil. I think this was interesting, quick 2-minute introduction. So I'll just have the panel. If they have any specific question on this solution, I'll just open the panel for the question, please.
Yeah, I have one question, Dhruv here. Hi,
yeah,
Sahil.
Dhruv. Hi.
Okay, I believe most of the developers at this point in time are already in the process of, closing all the virtual tours or the immersive tours that you showed, which is either available or so.
Yeah,
Like for example, for Provident, I think all my projects are. We have a booking engine where you can actually select a particular property and go and buy that thing to that extent.
yeah.
But so what is interesting is these, the analytics and the kind of mapping. Is there ways that it can be integrated as well with the existing
Very,
system?
very easily. So we support both modes. One, if you're trying to create something new, we help you capture an existing workspace, or we also render the whole environment and create an experience out of that. And two, let us say you already have an existing experience, we can simply
Yes.
reuse those same assets and create an experience in a matter of minutes, right? So whether you already have it, or whether you want to create something new, both modes are supported.
Okay. Awesome.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we'll connect on this. I think this
Definitely.
analytics is quite nice in terms of.
Anyone else has got a question? So we'll pick up last one question and just kind of close this.
I think that's it. Thanks, Sahil.
Thanks, everyone.
So, well, that's it from our side. I want to quickly wrap it up by saying that CorpGini is a platform for all the corporates to come and explore the disruptive solutions. And we are here, the entire team is here, happy to help you innovate and disrupt in your own particular industries. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, all the panelists, for that wonderful panel. Thanks, Pavan. And one ending note from everyone. Pavan, you want to?
Yes, so I think this was
Ask the
very
panelists.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically will say that, I think these are very real insights which these people have brought in. And I see that there are still more than 200 questions we have on our platform. People have been asking. We will curate them and we kind of bucketize these and we send it to the relevant panel and do that. But overall, what I get is, yeah, there is a, overall mix, view on the buyers kind of sentiments. And also there, I see that, the people are kind of trying to enable their processes right from the discovery to how they make the transaction, and the in between there is a interaction which happen between the customer and the builder. So and then a lot of people have also, the panel has given very interesting insights in terms of how do we communicate in the such a difficult time with people, right? So and all of this, I'm sure that and some of these examples, real-time examples given by the panels will be really interesting for the industry to replicate, and we'll curate these all the questions. And also I think these a lot of questions been unanswered, and we'll kind of send it to the panelists and we'll ask them to kind of take them up. So at the closer note, each panelist one line, what you would like to say, and we just close the panel with this, with a thank you note. So Suresh,
Yes,
closing.
Hello. Can you hear me? Sorry, what did you say, Pawan?
I'm saying just one liner on a closer note.
Yeah, I think these are difficult times, all of us understand, but this gives us a pause moment to reprocess, re-engineer the way we look at everything. So I think all of us have to apply our mind. This is not a wild chase for leads anymore. It has to be a focused marketing approach. Whoever does that will be the winner going ahead.
Vyoma?
Yeah, essentially for all the marketeers out there, I think it should be a three-pronged strategy. One, do smarter communication. Like I mentioned, use both left and right brain and talk about yourselves and also the audience. Number two, do smarter funnel management. So quality over quantity, and 2x the follow-up that you used to do till last year. And the third part is always have one eye on cost. So far we all have been following metrics of marketing budget as a percentage of the revenue done, but I think this year we will all put absolute budgets also out there and stick to those. So a quarterly or maybe a monthly review of where your budgets are being used with the right ROI metrics is going to be very important.
Interesting. So Mr. Bhaskar, one liner on a closer note.
I think just to summarize, Pawan, we have to be more focused rather than being scattered. That's very, very critical for all of us. And it's important that all of us are saying that we have to look at content rather than anything else. How do we communicate? And rather than only talking about the platforms and the media mix. And of course, equally critical that we are trying to reinforce assurance to all the customers and consumers in terms of that we are here for long. So whatever it takes, I think we should do it by about taking care of our employees or the workers, or let's say our existing customers, residents, or the stakeholders. Wherever we can communicate, I think largely we're assuring that yes, things are going to be back on track. I think that has to be the communication largely for all of them.
Thanks, sir. So coming back to Shashi, what will be your message on a closer note to the audience?
I think we need to look at it optimistically. I think the housing market is going to boom once stability comes in. And marketers and sales guys need to look out for where the money is going from the budget that everybody, the 20 lakh crores is going somewhere, right? So a lot of people are going to get money in hands, and we need to see how that will come back to real estate. I think need to keep two track, one of the NRIs and one is of the maybe the MSMEs and stuff like that. Yeah.
And now I'll come back to Ravi. What will be your closer note?
Yeah, so I feel right time, be positive, and we should really be focused. We should use right platform to reach the customers, and rest. I'm sure the next half is going to be far better than what we have done business in the past.
Dhruva, I would request a closer note from you.
Yeah. Sure. So I think what do you call? We have to look at this situation as a short-term and long-term kind of a scenario. I don't think we should just go grim, and I think that's what we should avoid. I think it's not here to stay, but what it gives us is basically time to reset what we've been chasing all this while. Reset ourselves, be meaningful in your marketing, listen to the customers even more, because that will give you how to innovate your products in your whatever you're selling. I think it's time that we see that we all need to embrace digital even more, and the consumers are completely changing. They're really, virtual is the new real today. So I think that's what I think.
Interesting. I think we have Bharat. Sure, Suneha, over to you. I think we can kind of.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you, everyone, once again. And we would definitely reach out to you and try to do some work with the startups and yourselves. And yeah, till then, stay safe, stay at home, and keep disrupting.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Everyone.
Yeah, bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
Sneha.
Bye.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thanks.
Just
Thanks,
one
everyone.
thing,
Catch
Pawan,
you.
if you can just connect us all through maybe a WhatsApp or email common group, and whatever the startups have presented, those three of them, if you can share details, down the line team can at least evaluate them and come back.
Definitely. Definitely.
We can do
Sure.
that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Been a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Absolutely a pleasure. Bye. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.
Haji, sir.